Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to our date night. This is like one of my favorite times of the month when I get to just hang out with you guys and take your calls. So if you have a question, want a little mini greeting with me, you got to call, see if you get through. I choose the calls at random. I got to try to make it as fair as I can. But that number is 323-992-3115. 323-992-3115. And I'm super excited. There's been so much going on, and I don't know about you guys, but I am just about so happy this during Mercury Retrograde is about over. I mean, this one's been a doozy. Am I right? It is crazy. From sensitive people and to miscommunication to emails going down, websites freezing. Oh my! Let's take a breath, shall we? I mean, I'm angst from talking about it. There you go. So anyhow, I believe it ends like September 5th. So not too much. I mean, this is the tail end. So what happens is it will get easier and easier the last few days. And I got to tell you, after this, September is going to be a breeze. So, so we're going to take some calls. But before we do, let me tell you about a couple things happening. I am doing a workshop September 10th in Los Angeles with Brandy Chrisman. She is from Tulsa, Oklahoma, an incredible spiritual teacher. She also works as a psychic medium, and she has a space in Tulsa that I'm going to at the end of September. But we thought, what can we do to kind of help everybody? Like, we can all enhance our intuition. You know, your intuition, you're born with it. You've got it, right? It's not given to you. You already have it. But as you go through life, you start to not trust it as much. You start to lose it. It's kind of like a muscle. You know, it's kind of like this, you know. You can either make that strong or you can make it flabby. Strong, flabby, right? It's a great analogy, isn't it? But you can all relate, right? So what that happens is your intuition is like a muscle. You have to flex it. You have to work it. You have to practice it. And by doing it, it becomes stronger and stronger. And then what will happen is it will become so on target. Your spidey sense will just start picking things up. Yes, trust this person. Yes, take that job. No, time to let it go. Let this, whatever it is, you'll be able to tune in. So we're going to do this class, which is meant for everybody. You have to have no training whatsoever to take this class. If you just have a desire to tune in a bit more, this is the class for you. So this will be great. I'm super, super excited about it. And then, you know what? I forgot to give you the slide, Tony. So my bad. But there's also a class coming up where it's going to be a healing. Let me see if I can find that link and send it to you. But I feel really bad because I do want to talk about this because this is going to be unbelievable. There is this healer coming, and he is unbelievable. He is there. I just sent it to you. See if that works so you can open it up. And what we're going to do is, so on October 4th and 5th, he's coming to my space in LA. You know that new space, right? Colby Rebel Spirit Center. He is coming to my space, and he's going to do a sound healing. And these things are unbelievable. They're about an hour long, and they're incredible. And you do need a yoga mat, you need your towel, but he has it coming, and it is gonna be phenomenal. So does that work to send it that way, or did I need to send like the link?
That's okay. I'll just show the picture of it.
Okay, he's showing the picture of it. I'm sorry. But I'm going to talk about this some more because it is coming up October 3rd and 4th. So we have some time, but I think it will be unbelievable. And then on October 7th, he and I are going to do a joint event. So you'll get some messages and some healing all in one fell swoop. So I think it's going to be incredible. But if you have not seen Mark David, I got to tell you, one of the world's best sound healers, and his energy and effervescence, he's incredible, truly, truly, truly powerful. So we're going to have a fabulous, fabulous time. And sound healing is so remarkable. It just really is going to tune in, really kind of connect to your soul, your chakras, align everything, work through some stuff. So it's going to be truly an amazing night. So he'll show that when it comes up. But I want you guys to come. I want you to come hang out with me in Los Angeles. I have a great time in LA. I do love LA. And people, they come to visit and they feel like it's not for them. But LA is my home. And I really do believe that we can build a spirit community in LA. We do have one and we can make it stronger. There we go. Thank you. There you go. So that is Mark David. He's always got a great shirt on. He has these shirts and I believe like he has them custom made. Some of them for sure. He does. And he is so incredible. So we're going to do that at the space. That's October 3rd and 4th. And then on the 7th, and I'll post that when it comes sooner. On the 7th, we'll have a joint event that night. And then October 10th, there we go. Mavis Patilla, again, a lady with over 50 years of experience working with spirit. And when you speak to her, she speaks to your soul. She speaks pure of spirit. And it's going to be a night of some wine and hors d'oeuvres and truly some unbelievable inspiration. It's like if you could have a conversation with, I don't know, what's the Star Wars, Yoda? It's think of it as like she's the Yoda of spirit. That's what she's like. She's like Yoda. She really is. They call her the spirit ambassador, but she's like Yoda. I mean, she is. She is. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We have very, very limited space. So you don't want to wait on getting your tickets for that for sure. Very limited. But I'm super, super excited about it. So come hang out with us. We're going to have a great time. And my goodness, we got some people out there that definitely need some guidance. So, couple rules of thumb here. If you can, I know a lot of you are on hold and you're listening, and then you're begging, please, Colby, pick me, and we're going to see. We're going to just surrender and see who comes through. And when you do get through, if you do, please, it's very important. You got to make sure your TV is not on or you're not on speakerphone. We need a strong connection, not only just for me because I'm clairaudient, but we actually need it for the listeners, okay? I mean, if they're not getting the reading themselves and they got to listen to your reading, we want to make it as enjoyable as possible, okay? So, and if you can, you know what? I'm excited. This is going to be fun. So I figure, why don't we just get started? Let's just dive in there. Okay, let's go with number 9. I think that's 708. Okay, number 9. Oh, there you go. 708. This is Colby.
Hi.
Hi, who is this?
This is Carol.
Hi, Carol. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Do you have a question for me tonight?
It was just I'm having like issues within my relationship, and I was just wondering if you see anything with that.
Okay. And do me a favor. Are you outside or something? Because there's a strong like wind sound.
Oh, okay. Yes, I came outside to be quiet. Okay,
okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
So just
I'm gonna go in another room.
Yes. Yeah. Do that. All right.
Okay.
Perfect. And
Okay.
thank you for that. Okay. So, Carol, the couple things, like I said, I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show, but, with the relationship, you're in Mercury retrograde. Okay. So now is not the time to make any decisions about this relationship. Okay. Things are heightened. They're sensitive. You're probably having a lot of bumps in this. There's a lot of miscommunication, and you're both kind of pulling on each side to kind of have your voice heard. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And I do feel like your partner is, I know it feels like this partner is pulling away. I know it feels like they're becoming more and more distant, but it also feels like it's because they're feeling that they're not being heard also. So we got these two people that are not finding the common ground. But again, through this retrograde, you're not going to find it. What I want you to do is coast through the next few days. Now, here's the one thing with this partner is, I think too, I'm feeling like you're starting to want two different things, or like maybe it feels to me that you're really wanting that next step, that serious part, that commitment, more that commitment part. Does that make sense? And I feel like,
yes.
And I feel like they're kind of pulling back, saying, well, I don't know. I'm not real sure. You know what I'm saying? So, and then now I am curious, has this partner said to you, well, I think if you were just a little more this way, a little more that way, have they done that a little bit? Does that make sense as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are married for 25 years. So.
Yeah.
Lots of shifts lately.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So the thing with this is I just feel like this partner is just feeling like he needs a little freedom. I do. I feel like he's just feeling like he needs a little air. It makes me feel like you're actually wanting to hold on to this, and he's feeling like he's pulling out a little bit. Is that kind of accurate? Does that make sense?
That's what it feels like. Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's what we can do. Now, I know you don't want this. I know you don't want this relationship to end. And it really, honestly, it does not feel like it needs to, Carol. All right? What it feels like is trying to kind of give him that affection and that love. Like, I just feel like he's kind of missing those things a little bit. So maybe if you could find ways to, and it's hard because I know your feelings are hurt, but if you can find ways to reach out to him and kind of validate him, make him feel validated in a way, I really feel like we can re-strengthen this marriage, this relationship. Doesn't feel like it needs to end. It really doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't. He's and I gotta tell you, honestly, between you and me, he would not do so well in that free world anyway. He'd have a month away and he'd be like, "Oh, honey, I miss you." He doesn't quite realize how much you're doing and what you're doing. And but I would say, like, if you could just I just feel like make him feel confident, build up what you appreciate about him. And again, I do know, I just feel like your feelings have been really hurt as well. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like if you can just, express it, but I don't know if it's just about, maybe make it less of me feeling this way, and more just saying, you know what? I love that you're doing this, or I really want to, tell me how I can support you. And like, try to give that more if you can, because I just feel like that's just the piece that's missing.
Okay.
Does that help?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes, it does.
All right.
Yes,
you got this.
you.
You know what? You make a decision. I mean, you can't control his side of things, right? But you can make a decision. Right. Carol, you can make a decision that, you know what? I'm not going out without a fight. I am going to give this everything I've got, and I'm going to pull this back in. And you do your part, and I just feel like it will help reconnect the two of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And have a good night.
Thank you very much.
You are so
you
welcome.
Too.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. All right. Yeah, relationships are tough, you guys. And the longer you're with someone, it's tough. And those 20 years, those ones are some tough ones, because, you've been with the same person. You want some variety. You want some excitement, and you already know everything about each other. So you have to find ways to open up that communication. You've got to find ways to keep it exciting, keep it new. It's never going to feel brand new, but you can try new things together, and you can try those things of, making it fun and bringing that fun back into it rather than it being so, this is how we do it. Okay. All right. Let's try 951, number 11. Hi, 951. This is Colby. Hurry up. Turn your phone off. Okay. One last second. You there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, there. Who is this?
It's Mallory.
Hi, Mallory. It's Colby. How are you?
Colby.
I almost hung up on you. We were like, oh, we don't know if she's listening. I could hear you listening to me, but I didn't know if you were listening, if you could hear us. So how are you, honey?
I'm doing good.
Good. What can I do for you tonight?
I guess I could ask a pretty simple question. I keep hearing weird noises coming from my upstairs when I'm sitting on my couch. And I didn't know if it's anybody or just my house creaking.
Well, I don't know. My feeling was I thought you were going to ask about spirit because I keep feeling a very strong grandmother with you. And I just thought, oh, this is a grandmom sitting with her. So I think it's very fun. I actually thought you were going to ask to connect to your grandmother. So I think it's really funny. So I'm right that there's grandmother in spirit that's very close to you. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I got to tell you, to me, it's grandma because and I get the feeling too that I do feel like she sits with you or sits by you, especially like when you're, I feel like you may even be watching TV or something. And when you hear her or have her near, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And I also feel like, I don't know if your grandma was a knitter, but I keep feeling like I see her knitting next to you. So I feel like she's sitting there making something while she's sitting there enjoying the TV with you. Okay. So would you recognize her knitting or making something, that she would sit and just knit or make? I just feel like I see her knitting. Does that make sense? Or sewing, doing something with her hands while she's sitting there watching TV.
She was always doing something.
Okay. And I do feel like she just sits there and she loves, I'll tell you what, especially if you have on like the game shows, she really likes the game shows. So I don't know if it's like a Family Feud or Jeopardy or something like that you're watching, but she loves the game shows. So
I love that she's always here.
She is there. And I keep getting a 7 o'clock. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a 7 the month of July or a 7 connection or if it's 7 p.m. that you're noticing, but I want to bring you to the 7. Can you recognize either the month of July or the 7th of a month being significant?
My son was born in July.
Okay, perfect. And there is this feeling where I do feel like there's nighttime. Like, I feel like she's more with you at night. Did you say that at night? Maybe you said that at the beginning. Did you?
I did not say at night, but it is at nighttime when I do hear it.
Okay, got it. And she gives me this feeling, though, of, I'll tell you what, it really is just sitting there enjoying your company. It's not like she's saying she needs anything or wants anything. She's just sitting there enjoying herself. She's like, oh, good, we get to relax now. We had a busy day today. And I just feel like that's really what it's about, right? And
it is.
Yeah, and I get the feeling like it is your decompression time. So a couple things to notice. She is around you during the day. It's not just that she's it's not that she's a nighttime spirit. What's going on is during the day you're busy and you're hectic and you're kind of running around like you're all over, and so you're just not connecting quite as much. At night, the baby's in bed, you get to relax, you sit down, you go. And in that moment, right? I know. And in that moment, what's happening is then your awareness opens up. Then so you're just feeling her more, and you're hearing the creaking because she doesn't like to sit still. So she's sitting there, but you're hearing the creaking because she's moving back and forth. So, and I do just feel like she really wants to step forward and just say, I love you. Hello. I love you, you know?
Oh.
And I do feel like there's perfume as well, because she gives me, I was getting a rose, so I didn't know if there was a connection to the name Rose, but then I saw perfume. So I get this feeling where you may smell some perfume or smell her every now and again as well, too. Can you connect to that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you connect to the rose part of it or just the smelling her part?
Just the smelling.
Okay. And there's not a Rose in the family? The name Rose doesn't connect in the family, are you sure?
I'm trying to remember if she had a relative named Rose.
Okay. Well, if she did, you can post it later. You can post it in the comments and just let us know if you figure out if there's a middle name or just, I don't know why, but because I saw the perfume, I saw the rose, and I know you're smelling her because she brings it around. But I got to tell you, she's all comfy because she just likes to be in her slippers and shuffles her feet around. So I do know that she enjoys, she enjoys the relaxing part of the day, right?
Yes, that's great to know. Thank you so much, Colby.
You are so welcome, and you have a wonderful night. And let's hope we hear some creaking from Grandma. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Okay. All right, Mallory. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, your mother's maiden name is Rose, Tony? Oh, that's so funny. Wow, that's great, isn't it? That's so neat. Okay, let us. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun. Let me know if you're having fun. We're having a good time here. These are such great energy, the callers. Hey, let's do 323, number 6. All right. There we go. Okay, so 323, you are on with Colby. Who is this?
This is Daisy.
Hi, Daisy. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you, Colby?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing great. I'm doing good. I'm glad you got through. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. My mother, she's been deceased about 12 years ago, and I want some answers from her.
Okay.
Last night, I seen a little girl around my room.
Oh.
And I want to know if that was her telling me she was okay, or is that my cousin who's just barely deceased, barely this month?
Okay, well, my feeling, let's kind of connect here. Let's see if we can connect and let's kind of make some strong statements here. Okay, I don't feel like, it does not feel like that was your mom. Okay. Although I do feel like your mom is around you. I just don't feel like that little girl that when I check in, I hear that your mom say, no, that wasn't me. But I do get this feeling with your mom is, with your mom though, prior to the passing, like it just feels like there wasn't a whole lot of communication. Does that make sense? Or you weren't able to have a whole lot of things, a whole lot of communication prior to the passing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
Okay. And I get this feeling, listen, I get this feeling from your mom. I get this feeling from her is that I don't know. You know, she wasn't able to vocalize a lot of things. Your mom was also kind of a private person, I feel like. Like, I feel like a little bit stubborn and kind of just wasn't able to communicate things well either. Does that make sense? Because I just feel like that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Okay, because
I am stubborn like her.
Okay. Well, because I keep feeling like she definitely wants to step forward tonight to just tell you that hello, and I do love you, and I've always loved you, and I've always been around you. But the thing is that you keep setting up, or this is what she's telling me, you're setting up certain things that you want her to do to show that it's her, and then she's like, I'm not doing that, and I'm doing other stuff, and you're like, well, then you're not giving it to me, so I'm not noticing. So I feel like there's this little back and forth between the two of you, and that's even how it was in life, right? Even in life, you would, it's not be opposite, but it was like this constant, like, well, if you're going to do this, I'm doing this, and I think it's this, and I think it's this. So I think there's a little bit of that back and forth in general. So I think it continues on the other side. And I do get this feeling where there's also there's also like a Josephine or a J name as well. So can you connect to that name either in the living or in spirit for your family?
Well, my aunt who passed away years ago, her name is Jackie.
Okay, so that's a J. Is there also a Joe then in the family that's also in spirit, or Joseph in the family?
No.
I keep seeing a J-O. I know that's not Jackie. You sure there's not a J-O? You sure you're not having psychic amnesia on me, Daisy? Daisy? No.
No. I'm thinking is because my little cousin name's Johnny.
Oh, okay.
But he's living.
That's okay. I said in the family. Daisy?
Yeah, he's
Daisy.
living. Sorry.
You are going to flunk.
Nervous. This is my first time.
You are going to flunk the psychic amnesia test today on Live with Colby Rebel, okay? Okay. I knew that.
I have a little cousin named Johnny.
Thank you.
He's about 18 years old, around there.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Now let's go to this little girl. I do feel now the person in spirit that passed away is older though. I think that this little girl is I feel like the cousin that passed away, was she older? Is that right? She wasn't a little girl. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because I feel,
yes.
And then, did she have a daughter? Can I ask, like the cousin that passed away, did she have a daughter? Is that right? Because I feel like she keeps showing me children. Yes. Okay. I feel like what was...
Yes, she has 2 girls.
See? Okay, thank you. Because my feeling was, see, I even got goosebumps. See, my feeling is that the cousin was coming through, but she's coming through like kind of asking you maybe to help watch out over the girls, maybe look after the girls, that like a thank you for maybe your part or the family helping with these girls. Because I feel like the families had to really come together after this, because I do feel like this passing is definitely, she's not very old, your cousin, but there's a feeling of it being sudden and not everybody got to organize everything. And I just feel like she wants to send love to her girls is the feeling I'm getting. And I feel like you're a messenger for that message.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, well, see, if you cry, I'm going to forgive you for forgetting Johnny's name. Oh, but it's lovely knowing that she's around and that she's okay. And the fact that she came through with your mom lets me know that they are together. Of course, they're together on the other side. So it's letting you know that,
right.
And there's also, I do know that there's a grandmother on the mom's side also with them. I'm also getting a feeling of another woman who's older as well that's with them as well. Okay. And
it's probably my grandma. It's probably my grandma, my dad's mom.
Okay.
And my great grandma, which is my mom's grandma.
Okay, got it.
And my cousin's grandma.
Okay, got it. Because, I feel like this is on mom's side. So great-grandmother would be fine for me. But I do feel like there's an elderly woman letting us know that she's also with them. So it's letting you know on that side that they're okay. Letting you know that they're around the family. But it's also keeping your family together. You're a big link in this family, Daisy. You're a big part of this family. So, you are a messenger. So keep honoring your message and your gifts. Stop being so stubborn with your mom. All right, it's you. She's allowed to be right every once in a while.
Yes, and I have another thing. I had a miscarriage,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be 3 years in October. This October is gonna be 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to know if my daughter, she's okay with my mom.
Yeah, it definitely makes me, when we have a baby that doesn't come into the physical world, okay, my feeling is they absolutely go to spirit, and my feeling is that that our loved ones absolutely help take care of them. I really do believe that. Now, personally, just my personal philosophy, and I want you to adapt what feels right for you. I don't feel like they keep growing up on the other side. I know some people say that, but I don't. I feel like that spirit is that spirit because it already graduated. It didn't need to grow up in the spirit world, right? It needs to be that precious,
Right.
beautiful energy. And I do feel like your baby is very much with your mom, but your mom is coming through just saying, but I'm the one who knows it all. So I know, I know we've got a little bit of that going on. I know, yeah. And it's, yeah. So, just trusting that and knowing that, and knowing that as heartbreaking as it feels for you to not have that baby in the physical world, it's also knowing that that little baby was an angel, and that little baby watches over you on the other side, and didn't need the life lessons. It didn't need the physical life lessons. It already got to graduate a bit early. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful night, and sending lots of love to you.
Thank you so much.
Daisy, you're so welcome, and have a great night, okay?
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Oh my goodness. So this is fun. I'm having a good time. Are you guys having fun? Are you having good? Okay, cool. All right. Let's are you guys having fun? Make sure you leave some comments. Tell me, just say you're having, lie to me. Make me feel good. All right. Let's take some more callers. 941. Number 21. 941. I love 21. 21's my favorite number. Hey, 941. This is Colby. Who is this?
Tiffany, hi.
Hey, Tiffany. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad I got through.
Yes, I know. Yes. Do you have a question for me tonight? And first of all, I want to acknowledge that you are such a great listener. Your sound quality is spectacular. You sound so crystal clear. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And any questions for me tonight, or connections that you would like? Let me know what I can do for you.
My grandmother passed away June 2016, right before I could see her, and I just wanted to connect with her.
Okay, let's see if we can. What I do is when someone gives me someone specific, right? I like to try to connect and give you a few validating pieces, right? So that you know that I've got your grandmother, rather than just saying, "Oh, I've got her."
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, look at that, right off the shopping shelf. Here she is. No, what I'd like to do is just make sure that we've got her. Now, I do feel that I've got a woman. I will say, though, I've got a woman who stands next to a man. So I do feel like there's also a grandfather in spirit. Is that right as well? Because I do feel like she's showing me she's with a man with her as well. So does that make sense?
I have a grandmother on my father, or a grandfather on my father's side who died, but I'm not too sure who would be staying with her at the moment.
Okay, that's okay. But you can understand that there's a grandfather in spirit. I do know that there's a man standing next to her, so we're gonna hang on to that for a minute, because she gives it to me again, so that lets me know that she's definitely that. She gives me this feeling of being a strong-willed person. Like, I feel like in the living, she's very strong-willed, very sharp is the feeling I was getting. Up until maybe those last couple of years, it was maybe not as sharp, but I know up until then, always sharp, always on things, like always remembered birthdays. I just feel like she was always on, like very, very sharp person. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I do get this feeling with her as well, that there is a feeling of I don't know if there's a connection to the name May or the month of May, because I saw the name May, M-A-Y. So I don't know if there's a connection to the month of May. Can you connect to May either as a name or as a birthday or a significant month as well?
My mom was born in May.
Okay, thank you. And then there's also this feeling of now. It's so. I mean, let's just go through all the months. There's also an April connection as well, because you gave me the June, I then got the May, and now I know there's something in April. So can you also connect to the April?
I have a cousin who was born in April.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Okay. It feels like there's something else in April. That doesn't feel like that's it. I feel like there's another connection for the month of April. So if you remember it, you just put it in the comments for me, okay? And I do get this feeling where she's got several grandchildren, and I do feel like she's always taking care of everyone, but I just feel like there was this special connection with you. Or, I don't know if you're the oldest or not, but there's this feeling of having this special bond with you. So you understand that special bond with your grandmom. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And I do get this. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I have my other grandmother on my dad's side had passed away too, and she had many children. So I mean, that could be a possibility that it's her coming through instead of the other grandmother.
Well, let me just kind of give you who I've got, and then let's see, okay? Because my feeling is that this is more on the mom's side, but let's just double check. I feel like I'm looking at a lady who's definitely feels very put together, is the feeling I'm getting as well. It's like I feel like she liked to dress up when she could, and I just feel like she's very attractive. Like I see her hair set, and I just feel like she's a lady who definitely enjoyed taking care of herself. So does that connect to the mom side?
Yes,
I just feel like that's who I've got, okay? I know the April thing, you're not sure, but I'm telling you, there's going to be that April connection. Don't you worry about it, okay? And I do get this feeling with her. There's also the feeling of, her showing me her organizing everything. I feel like she liked everything organized. Is that right? And I feel like there's a collection.
Yeah.
Like her house is like full of collections, because I almost even lots of coffee cups or something across as well. So do you understand her having a collection as well in the house?
She collected a lot of things. She was kind of a bit of a hoarder.
Okay. And you understand the cabinet? Like, I feel like there's a cabinet, and all across is like all these like plates, and I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at all these dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was
And I do feel like, I also feel like there's little ceramic knickknacks as well, as we would call them. So I think some would be bells, some would be little dolls. Like I just feel like, and then if someone went somewhere, they grabbed her one because they knew she'd like it. So I even feel like there's one from different areas that, when they traveled, they'd get her one. So does that resonate as well?
When I was younger, she used to have those, yeah.
Okay. I also feel like she's giving me this feeling. I do know that she's ill for some time prior to the passing. So I do want to get this feeling. And I do know that when she went to pass, I don't think the family, I just feel like there's a fall. There's also a fall involved. So do you remember her falling or there being a fall prior to the passing? Because I feel like something happens in this fall or something where I feel like that's kind of the beginning of when she starts to kind of have a downhill, losing the awareness quite as much. It feels like her health starts to decline then.
It's possible. I hadn't seen her for a couple years before she passed. So she ended up getting cancer. So that's possible that she could have fell during that time.
Okay, you don't know. Okay, so again, if you ask someone and they validate it, always put it in the comments, because I think listeners like to know as well. I do get this feeling prior to the passing, though, that I don't know. I just feel like, though, not that you didn't get there in time. I almost feel like people didn't really realize that there wasn't much time. Like I just feel like it wasn't like I don't know if you just. I just feel like she's just giving me this feeling of telling you not to worry about it. Like it's okay. Like I don't know. Like I know you keep thinking, well, what if I had done this, or what if I had done that, or why shouldn't I try this? And I just keep feeling like she's saying it's okay. Like I do feel like she knows that you loved her, and I do feel like she feels you. I do feel like she's letting you know that it's okay. So I think this, maybe the guilt that you're holding on to around it, she's just saying it's okay, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
hard. I know it's hard, and I know you just say, I wish, and it's so funny. On today's Coffee with Colby, I talked about don't wait to say it. Don't wait to say it today. And I know that you worry about, gosh, I should have called her more or said something more. And I got to tell you, she definitely knew. I mean, she's a little bit of a quirky bird, but she definitely knew, and you don't have to worry about it. Like, I feel like she knew how you felt, and she loved you. She's very proud of you, though. Again, I think you going away or being away was you kind of starting something for your own life, and I feel like she's very, very proud of that, okay? So,
yeah, she had actually told me that was like the last thing she had said to me when I last talked to her, was that she was very proud of me.
Oh, see? Good. I know she is, and I just feel like it's you knowing, like, when we don't make it there in time for something, I just feel like it kind of works out the way it's supposed to be, even if we don't really understand it in our current life or in our current situation. It's really kind of understanding it, okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And again, if you can connect to the man in spirit who would be with your grandmother, I just feel like there's got to be an uncle, or she's got a brother in spirit. There's another man who's next to her. So
She had many siblings. Some of them had died. She also had a son when she was younger that had autism. He was taken away, and she never knew what happened to him.
okay. Yeah, I'm not connecting
So,
to the son, so I just know she's letting me know she's with us. She's with a man. I do know that she's got a man with her, and she's letting us know that she's with him. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You are so welcome, and have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Oh, lots of healing tonight. And boy, time is flying. My goodness. And I've been trying to do a lot of them. Let's hang in there, guys. Come on, let's keep doing this. How about 708, number 5? Okay, 708, you are on with Colby. Who is this?
This is Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm good.
Do you have a question for me tonight?
I just wanted to know if you could connect with my uncle who had passed.
Okay. All right. So let's see if we can kind of bring him through and see what we're connecting to. Kaylee, I'm getting the feeling of a man who, he feels, he gives me this feeling of, being social. Like, that's the feeling I'm getting. Like, I feel like people like to be around him and talk to him. Does that make sense? You understand the socialness that he had?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I do feel like there's a feeling where he could, like, just crack a joke too. Like, just I think he could just be in the middle of something and then totally, like, crack a joke and just everybody, like, lighten everybody up and really just make everybody feel good. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, and there is this feeling. Now, I don't know if is there also a Michael in the family or an M name that you can connect to as well? It doesn't have to be him, but just someone in the living or in spirit, because I just saw an M, and I'm assuming it makes me feel like it's a Michael.
No, not that I could think of.
Okay, what are you gonna do, Kaylee? You're gonna hold on to that, and then you're gonna ask family members, and then you're gonna see if there's a Michael in the first or in the name, middle name, and then you're gonna leave a comment if there is, right?
All right.
Okay. There is this feeling around him where I think there is a Michael. I'm sorry, but I know there's got to be. I'm going to hold on to it, all right? I do get this feeling with this uncle where he gives me this feeling where he liked to move quickly. Things were moving. He's always kind of active is the feeling I'm getting as well. Does that make sense? Again, I just get this feeling of and I also get this feeling of a guy who really liked to be out and about. Like, I don't know if he rode motorcycles, but I keep seeing a motorcycle as well. So do you know if he would be the kind of guy that would have a motorcycle or ride a motorcycle?
I know that he didn't, but it's come up in, like, readings before. Like, that's how he
kind of
has
presents
come
himself.
through
Okay.
before.
Yeah, I do just get the feeling like he shows me he's a free spirit. I do get this feeling
Yeah.
where I do feel like although he's an uncle to you, he definitely feels very protective of you, like a father in many ways. So I know that there's a closeness to you. I know that there's a feeling of, and I do want to just say he gives me this feeling because I only have a minute left, okay? He gives me this feeling of wanting to tell you, don't slack off is the feeling I'm getting. So he wants you to stay on target. And I feel like this is about like schooling or going back to school or something around that. And I keep feeling like he's saying, don't you slack off. Like you stay on it. You stay with it. Okay. And I feel like he's just saying you're so smart. Don't get discouraged. Because I feel like there's a sense of sometimes you're feeling discouraged and I know you're just looking to him to kind of feel better. And I just feel like he wants to come from the other side to say, to kind of crack a joke and say, you know what, it's okay, but no slacking off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I wish I had more time,
Thank
but
you.
you are so welcome. And then, like I said, ask family in the living or in spirit if there's a middle name or an M. Michael, you let us know. Does that sound good?
All right.
Okay. All right. You have a great night. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, Kaylee.
You too. Bye.
Bye, hon. All right. I love it, though. This is good. The psychic amnesia stuff is always fun, especially when someone can say it later. It will be fun. All right. Let's. I think I got time for one more call. I'll do a quick one. Boy, that flew by. Holy cow. All right, you guys. Who's our last lucky one? How about this 562? 28 562. All right.
Hello?
Hey, 562. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. This is Darlene.
Hi, Darlene. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank
good.
you.
Yeah. Well, you're the last one, and I'm literally down to the last minute or two of the show. So I'm glad you got through. Is there a question I can answer for you, or what can I do for you tonight?
I have a couple things that are going on right now. My cousin who passed away 2 weeks ago, his services are this weekend.
Okay.
And I'm unable to go because it's out of state.
Okay.
And another question would be, my other cousin who is out of state just had a grandson about a week ago, and he is fighting for his life right now.
Okay. Well, a couple things. I will help you with this service. I will not predict anything about the other cousin. But we will send lots of love.
I just wanted to know, like, if his grandfather is around him, because he is in spirit, and that would be really comforting if he is.
Okay, well, first of all, everybody who's watching right now, I want you to just do me a favor. I want you to pull together, and I want you to just work with your heart in this moment, and I want you to send out some love and healing to this baby. All right, because the power of love and healing can do wonders. So everybody pull together and send out some love and energy right now. If you could all do that, I would be really grateful. Okay. Now, I do want to now for the cousin that passed away in the services, I know you can't go to that service in person, but what you can do is honor your cousin in your own way. You can have a small little service of your own where you just sit quietly for a bit and maybe think of a couple memories that feel good and a couple things that you could do and even just send a little, like write out a little something, and you can just kind of send it off like maybe one of those Chinese things where you light it and it goes off into the air. But you can do a service for yourself of sending that love and that healing. And Spirit knows. I think a lot of things don't have to be, and all the connections to Spirit with me, it doesn't have to be that somebody is at the physical service. I think setting the intention, remembering them, sharing the love and sharing who they are, that is enough for Spirit. So I want you to know that what you're doing already is enough, okay? Now with the grandfather, yes, and with the grandfather, he's showing me a watch. So I don't know, and it actually felt like a pocket watch, which is, so you'll have to find out if he had a pocket watch, because I I saw a watch, so I don't know if there's a watch that's significant, but he says, look at the time, look at the time. So I feel like ask the mother if she's noticing a clock or time on the clock, because he's showing me that he's in the hospital. He's showing me he's around the baby. He's showing me, and she keeps, like, I got chills like crazy. He keeps showing me there's a clock, there's a clock, there's a clock, okay? So ask her if she's noticing times, because I think she's going to start seeing the times. I also feel like, is there a William or a Bill also in the family, can I ask? Like the name?
That's the grandfather's name is Bill, and the father of the baby is William.
Thank you. See? So I think that answers your question. And I think what a wonderful way to end the show, letting you know. And maybe you can let her know. And I will say, I wish I had more time, but I do want to say to you, I am sending all of my love and healing and everything I've got. I'm sending it to you. All the listeners are going to send to you. We will go ahead and put out a prayer for this baby, okay?
Thank you.
You are so welcome, and have a wonderful night.
You as well, Colby.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so that is our evening, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't forget Coffee with Colby tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And thank you guys. If you follow me on social media, I love it. It's at Psychic Rebel, the Facebook. If you get the notifications, you'll see when I'm going live. Anyhow, wonderful night. Sending love to you all, knowing your loved ones are around, knowing you don't need me to connect to them. Your thought, your feeling, your prayer, just you kind of saying, are you there? You'll just know it. Know it, trust it, and I'll leave you with that. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless, cause this career I chose was even riskier